Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
Everyone, please settle down on your yoga mats as we are going to start this session with the Sadguru Vandanam.
Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami.
It seems we are having some audio issues. We want to complete with everyone for the technical glitch and welcome you for the first session of the second day of Paramashivoham level 3. Let us all get ready to start the yoga now. Make sure you have your Panchapatram and Udani, your cup with a spoon with some water for the ritualistic cleansing. Apply Vibhuti and Kumkum and keep some weights at the side of your mat. As we settle down, let us briefly cover the 12 components of Kailasa Nithyananda Yoga. Yoga is the ritual of experiencing the divine union of the divine entering into man, the ocean into the drop. Kailasa Nithyananda Yoga is designed to prepare yourself for exactly that to take place with the 12 components like asana, the physical postures, what is most widely known as yoga, which is only one of the 12 components of Nityananda Yoga, aligning your body to the cosmic geometry and aligning your physical body to Paramashiva, preparing your nervous system to hold the intense energy. The next component is pranayama, the breathing techniques, aligning your breathing flow to Paramashiva and intensely infusing prana into your system, cleaning your nadis, your energy channels, and awakening the non-mechanical parts of your brain, infusing the life force energy into your system. Next up is mudra, the energy circuits which you create with your hands and various other parts of the body, sometimes even the tongue, sealing the prana into the system, preventing it from seeping out into the space around you, and aligning your intra-organs to Paramashiva, like the 7 chakras, Vak, or the third eye. Next up is the bandhas, the energy locks, contracting certain diaphragms and muscles within the body, pumps the intense Kundalini Shakti up along your spine and aligns your internal organs to Paramashiva. Next up is the karana, the sacred dance postures as preserved, carved in stone throughout various temples in India. The karanas, moving the body parts in synchronicity, leads to a certain subtle breath which comes with intense prana resorption from the air, aligning your body movements to the cosmic movements. Next up is visualizations. As you hold the visualizations which are projected in the top right corner of your screen throughout all the asanas, you align your thinking to Paramashiva and manifest Mano Shakti, the power of thought. Intensely visualizing whatever is projected on the screen makes you experience the asanas in a much deeper way and embody them as they are intended. Visualizations can be certain devatas, deities, or animals and other living beings. Next up is japa, the internal repetition of a mantra. Throughout the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, we are going to project japas at the bottom left corner of your screen. Throughout the various sections of the sequence, we're going to also ask you to internally repeat them and visualize the japa rotating around your throat in a circular manner, cleaning your Vishuddhi chakra by aligning your speech to Paramashiva and intensely awakening Vak Shakti, the power of speech, as you make whatever you declare as reality. Next up is the external chanting of mantras. Our Acharya is going to chant the sacred mantras and scriptural references directly by Mahadeva himself. During the yoga practice, your aura opens up and you become receptive to the energies around you. So please make sure to keep a clean space around you and keep a sacred mood during this ritual. We are going to provide the highest possible energy space by chanting the words of Mahadeva himself. The next component is weightlifting. Since bodybuilding is a spiritual practice as per the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, weightlifting is one of the components of Kailasa Nityananda Yoga, intensely awakening Kundalini Shakti in certain positions as we ask you to hold the weights. Next is the mandala component. If you look at the background behind our acharyas, you can see we are projecting the Shri Yantra, the visual representation of all the gods and goddesses. If you gaze at the yantra or mandala intensely, you reflect it into your nervous system. It gets mirrored into your brain and activates the same energies inside of your being. So try to be aware of the mandala in the background as much as possible. The next component is abharana, the traditional jewelry. As you can see, our acharyas are wearing the Rudraksha malas around their throat and around their neck. The Rudraksha bead is capable of holding more spiritual energy than any other stone. So you should try to keep skin contact to Rudraksha beads at any given time, holding your body in the highest possible energy state. Finally, we come to the Aushadha, the sacred alchemy products, which can be ingested or applied on the skin to infuse prana into the system and intensely heal even the most chronic diseases. As you apply vibhuti and kumkum, you intensely awaken the Kundalini Shakti as well. With all the 12 components, Kailasa Nithyananda Yoga is a foolproof science for Kundalini awakening and experiencing the ultimate union with Paramashiva. Now that we covered the 12 components, let us move on to the yoga practice itself. Starting with the first asana, Sukhasana. Sit in a comfortable cross-legged position with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Keep your hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra with index fingers and thumbs together. As you engage all three bandhas, Mula Bandha, the root lock, contracting the perineal floor and pulling it up. Uddiyana Bandha, the abdominal lock, as you contract your muscles above and below the navel and pull your stomach in and up towards your spine. And the Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock, contracting your throat muscles and tucking your chin to the chest, internally sealing the throat. Together performed, they make Mahamudra Bandha. Before we start into the first asana, let us open the session by invoking Paramashiva.
Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha. 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 Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha.
Next, we will be performing the Tattvachana, the ritualistic cleansing. Now take your Udani, your Panchabhadram and Udani. Keep your right hand in the Gokarana Mudra in the shape of a cow's ear as you take one Udani of water and pour it into your right palm. Each time the word Swadha is chanted, sip the water from the bottom of your palm and take another Udani of water, a total of 3 times.
Om Atmatutvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Vidyatatvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Shivatatvam Shodhayami Swadha.
Now wash your right hand with the water from the Panchapadram and wipe your lips twice with the bottom of your right thumb as you chant.
Om Ham Hridaya Janamaha.
Wash your hand again. With index, middle and ring fingers joined together, touch above the upper lip and below the lower lip. Wash your hand again. With the index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril and your left nostril. With ring finger and thumb, touch the right eye, the left ear, right eye, left eye, right ear and left ear. Now wash your hand again. With the little finger and thumb joined together, touch your navel, your right chest and your left chest. With all the fingertips joined together, touch the crown of your head, the right shoulder, the left shoulder and your heart center. Wash your hand once more. And now clasp the right hand over the left and place both hands on the right thigh. Close your eyes and set the Sankalpa, the conscious declaration, what you want to manifest in today's Nithyananda Yoga session. Hold the visualization as we chant the Sankalpa mantra.
ओम ममोपात्त समस्त दुरितक्षयद्वारा भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थम श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थम च अद्य पूर्वोक्त एवं गुण विशेषेण विशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ पूर्ण आरोग्ययुक्त दृढगात्रयोग्य शरीर सिद्ध्यर्थम परमशिव शक्ति आविष्करणार्थम नित्यानंद योगाभ्यासं करिष्ये.
Wash your hand once more as we chant.
Om Apavapasprishya.
Now keep your Panchapajam and Udayani aside out of harm's way so we can safely enter into the yoga practice. Settling down in Sukhasana. Comfortable cross-legged position, head, neck and spine in a straight line. Hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra. Now visualize Lord Shiva in your inner space as you perform Samana Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply into your stomach and visualize a flame kindled in your stomach rising up your spine as you engage all three bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha, root lock, stomach lock and throat lock as you internally chant the japa Soham.
तत्सुखासनमित्युक्तमशक्तस्तत्समाचरेत्.
The next asana is Parvatasana. As you bring your legs into Padmasana, by placing the feet onto opposite thighs, join your hands together in Anjali Mudra and raise them up above your head. Visualize yourself as Mount Kailash as you engage all three bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha.
पक्षे महादेव पर्वतासनमङ्गलं यत्कृत्वा स्थिररूपी स्यात् षट्चक्रादिविलोपनम्.
Next up is Halipavasana. As you bring the soles of the feet together in front of your body, hold the left hand by the right behind your back, lean forward and down, placing your forehead on the ground behind the heels. As you engage all three bandhas, gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
पूर्व विधियाहु में जानो उभय पगदली संपुटठानो.
Next up is Nagi Pavasana. With your soles of the feet in front, stretch your arms out in front of the feet, cup the palms, placing them down on the ground as you place your forehead on the ground behind the heels. Gaze to your nose, visualize yourself as a snake as you perform Mahamudra Bandha.
पूर्व विधि परियागाने नीचौ हौवी कहो निफनास्यो लगाई.
The next asana is Kokilasana. Now hold the big toes with index and middle fingers in Prana Mudra. Then stretch your legs straight forward and up, and then cross your legs into Padmasana, leaning forward onto your elbows as you engage all three bandhas and visualize yourself as a bird.
अथान्यदासनं वक्ष्ये येन सिद्धो भवेन्नरः.
The next asana is Neti Asana. Now place one ankle on top of the opposite knee as you hold on to opposite elbows. Start rotating your arms in a circle. As you gaze to your nose, engage all three bandhas and visualize Swamiji in your inner space. After some time, change the direction of the movement.
गोड़ा बामा पादिकी आशमाहिली सोजे दशचरण को बार लौता परिकुल्भ समोजा.
Next up is Gajasana. Now press your hands onto the ground, shoulder width apart, as you lift your hips up high and start scooping your body forward and down again and again, visualizing yourself as an elephant as you perform Uddiyana Bandha, the stomach lock, and Mula Bandha, the root lock.
निब्जं पादाग्रे भूमौ कृत्वा लम्बी भूयामस्तकाग्रे निधाय.
Next up is Rikshasana. From the same position, alternate pressing the heel of one foot into the ground while lifting the other heel up. Do this again and again as you visualize yourself as a bear and perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
सम्पादमागुञ्च गदासनं कुर्यात् रक्षासनं भवति.
Now raise up into Vaishyasana. As you stand tall on the tips of the big toes with all other toes raised off the ground if you can. Sorry for the technical glitch. Let us perform Vaishyasana. Now stand tall on the tips of the big toes with all other toes raised off the ground if you can. Place your hands in front of the heart center in Hridaya Mudra with index, middle and ring fingers joined together. Now visualize Swamiji in your inner space and keep engaging Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
शेषेण पादयुगलं बद्ध्वातिष्ठेत दोमुखः
Next up is Urdhva Janukarana. Now stand in Arimandi position with the heels together, toes pointing outwards and the knees bent. As you place your hands at the chest and raise one knee up towards the center of your body, following along with the respective hand in a circular motion on both sides again and again. The next asana is Balalingasana. As you interlace your fingers from the outside in Sarva Shankari Mudra, hold on to one knee and pull it up towards your chest. Keep your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Engage all three bandhas as you visualize yourself holding a baby.
जानूरसि आलिङ्ग्य स्थातव्यं बाललिङ्गनं भवति.
Next up is Padapidanasana. Now hold on to one foot and pull it behind towards your buttocks with both hands. Engage all three bandhas as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
स्थित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टयेत्तनुम्.
The next asana is Natarajasana. As you hold the sole of one foot from the inside, extend the leg back and up as you lean forward with the opposite hand in Bindu Mudra, index and thumb together. Now visualize yourself as Lord Nataraja as you perform the Mula Bandha.
पादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Now repeat Balalingasana on the other side. Pull the other knee in towards your chest as you visualize yourself caressing a baby.
एकं जानूरसि आलिङ्ग्य स्थातव्यं बाललिङ्गनं भवति.
Now repeat Padapidanasana on the other side. Pull the other foot in towards your buttocks as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
स्थित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टयेत्तनुम्.
Now repeat Natarajasana on the other side. Lean forward, holding the opposite foot as you visualize yourself dancing as Lord Nataraja.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Next up is Ardha Rejtakarana. From Arimandi position, heels together, toes pointing outwards and the knees bent. Step one foot behind the other with the toes down, heel up. Keep your left hand at the chest and swing the right hand back and forth like a pendulum. Gracefully move the fingers one by one as you then place your hand over top of the nose, uncross your ankles and repeat the Karana on the other side. Next up is the skeleton dance. Now visualize yourself as a skeleton as you shake your body intensely. Hold the visualization of your bone structure as you dance wildly, bolting integrity into your very bone marrow. Next up is Katichinakarana. From Arimandi position, raise your arms above your head. Cross your hands and keep the palms facing backwards. As you turn your hips to one side, open your hands above your head and repeat the movement on both sides again and again. The next asana is Tadasana. As you stand tall on the tips of the toes, raise your hands up above your head and engage all three bandhas as you visualize yourself as a palm tree and internally chant the japa Shivoham.
महामुद्राबद्ध कोनो ताड़ासन विभेदकान्.
Next up is Uttanasana. From a standing position, lean forward and down, placing your hands flat on the ground if you can. Lean forward as low as you can as you bring your head towards the knee. Visualize Swamiji and perform all the bandhas.
महामुद्राबद्ध कोनो ताड़ासन विभेदकान्.
Next up is Tadakshvasana. As you keep your hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart, step your feet back into a tall plank position. Now contract the perineal region in Mula Bandha and tuck your chin to the chest in Jalandhara Bandha. As you start rotating your head from side to side, visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
गजासनवस्थित्वा मस्तकं वारं वारं दक्षिणकुक्षिं सव्यकुक्षिं नजेत्.
Now lower your body down onto your stomach. As you keep the toes pointing backwards and the hands next to your chest, raise your head up using the strength of your lower back. Open your mouth wide and inhale through the hollow of your throat in Bhujangani Mudra as you visualize yourself as a cobra in Bhujangasana.
ठनाभिपर्यन्तम् अधोभूमौ विनिन्यसेत्.
Now push your body back up into a plank position and alternate bringing one knee in towards the chest back and forth. As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space, breathe calmly in Sahasrara Kumbhaka, leading the prana through your nose and along your spine in Shashasana.
शासनसंस्थितौ जानुद्वयमाकुञ्च्य वारं वारं कर्तव्यं शशासनं भवति.
Next up is Rathasana. From the same plank position, step one foot in between the two hands. Jump the foot back as you bring the other foot in between the hands again and again. Visualize yourself as a chariot as you perform the Mula Bandha.
गजासनसंस्थितौ एकैकं पादं पुरमार्गेण भ्रामयित्वा कर्तव्यं रथासनं भवति.
The next asana is Virabhadrasana. As you keep one foot flat on the ground, with the toes pointing forward and the knee bend at a 90-degree angle, extend the other leg back, knee straight, toes pointing outwards. Now gaze up towards your third eye. Raise your hands up above your head. Keep the palms parallel as you visualize yourself as Lord Virabhadra. Perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
वासिष्ठमतकौण्डिन्यमूर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च.
Now exchange the position of your feet as you repeat Virabhadrasana on the other side.
वासिष्ठमथकौण्डिन्यमूर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च.
Next up is Vrikshasana. Now stand tall and bring one foot to the inner thigh. Bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra and raise them up over your head. As you pull your stomach in and up, engage the perineal region and visualize yourself as a tree.
वामोरुमूलदेशे च जाम्यं पादं निधायतो.
Next up is Garudasana. Now bring the raised foot to the opposite hip. Join your hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of the heart center and visualize yourself as Lord Garuda.
गरुडासनमावक्षे येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत्.
Now repeat Vrikshasana, the tree posture, on the other side as you keep one foot to the inner thigh and raise your arms up above your head in Anjali Mudra.
वामोरुमूलदेशे च जाम्यं पादं निधायतो.
Now repeat Garudasana on the other side. Bring the foot to the opposite hip. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda with big wings on your back.
सनमावक्षे येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत्.
The next asana is Trikonasana. As you step one foot forward and the other foot far back, keep the front toes pointing forwards and the back toes facing sideways. Bring your arms parallel to the ground. Lean forward and down as you gaze up along your arm and visualize yourself as a triangle.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Now exchange the position of your feet and repeat Trikonasana on the other side.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Next up is Nikuttaka Karana. From Arimandi position, heels together, toes pointing outwards and the knees bent. Raise one heel off the ground. Bring your hands in front of the heart center with the palms facing each other. Now stomp the raised heel to the ground, lift the other heel up and exchange the position of your hands again and again. Next up is Angushtasana. As you lower your body down onto the tips of the toes, place your perineum onto raised heels. Keep your knees together. Join your hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of the heart center. As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space, start buzzing like a bee on the inhalation and exhalation in Brahmari Kumbhaka. As you internally chant the new japa Sadashivoham, visualize it rotating around your throat.
कबन्धासनमित्याहुः गोरक्षासनमेव च.
The next asana is Saurasana. From the same position, extend one leg forward, heel down, toes pointing up. As you keep your hands at the side of your body with the palms facing forward, fingertips just touching the ground in Varamudra. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha in Saurasana.
प्रसार्य एकं पादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वेकपादकम्.
From Saurasana, lean forward and down. Hold the big toe in Prana Mudra. If you can, hold the back heel with the other hand and balance. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha in Vidunanasana.
स्थितौ पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृश्य तत्करेण.
Next up is Saurasana on the other side. Extend the other leg forward. Keep your palms facing forward, fingertips touching the ground and buzz like a bee.
प्रसार्य एकं पादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वेकपादकम्.
Now lean forward and down. Hold onto the big toe in Prana Mudra and the back heel with the other hand as you repeat Vidunanasana on the other side.
स्थितौ पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृश्य तत्करेण.
The next asana is Brahmacharam Kushasana. As you raise your heels up and place your perineum onto the raised heels, keep a gap in between the knees and place the back of your hands on top of the knees. Contract the perineal region and tuck your chin to the chest as you gaze in between the hands in Shambhavi Mudra, with eyes open wide, unblinking, gazing within eternally, as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो फणा पानी होय वैसे एडी दो गुदानी वैसे.
The next asana is Kapilasana. Now place your knees on the ground with the toes tucked behind, sitting your perineum down on the heels. Rest your hands on top of the thighs as you pull your stomach in and up, contract the perineal region and gaze to your nose, visualizing yourself as Sage Kapila Muni, the founder of the Mahanirvani Pita. Keep buzzing like a bee as you do so.
उभय पगदली समटरावे तिनकी माहिली को और मिरावे.
Next up is Padala Gorakasana. As you maintain the same position, shift your gaze to the third eye, your visualization to Swamiji, and the Bandha to the Mula Bandha. Next up is Suryasana. As you sit with the toes tucked, perineum on the raised heels, knees wide apart, bring your thumbs and little fingers together and open up your palms, resembling a lotus flower in Padma Mudra. Raise your arms up above your head and gaze through the gap in between the palms. As you visualize Lord Surya in your inner space, perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
एडी दो गुदा तरियाने फना पानी बैठक पुनिठाने.
The next asana is Mandukasana. As you sit with your toes flat, perineum on the heels, keep your hands on top of the knees and lift your tongue up against the roof of your mouth in Manduki Mudra. Visualize yourself as a frog as you catch the nectar of immortality dripping from the Sahasrara chakra with your frog tongue. Gaze towards your third eye. Perform Sahadra Kumbhaka as you breathe through your nose and perform the Mula Bandha.
तलौ पृष्ठदेशे अङ्गुष्ठे द्वे च संस्पृशेत्.
The next asana is Uttana Mandukasana. From Mandukasana, bring your hands behind your back, hold on to opposite shoulders with your hands. As you keep your elbows close to the head, gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a frog, keeping your tongue up in Manduki Mudra and performing Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
मण्डूकासनमध्यस्थं गुरुपराभ्यां धृतं शिरः.
Next up is Simhasana. As you cross your ankles and sit on your feet, keep your hands on top of the knees with the fingers spread. Now visualize yourself as a lion as you open your mouth wide, stick out your tongue and exhale forcefully. Gaze to the nose as you perform the Mula Bandha.
दक्षिणं सव्यगुल्फेन दक्षिणेन तथेतरम्.
Next up is Borderless. As you sit with the heels under the perineum, the knees open wide, cross your hands behind your back and hold on to opposite big toes in Prana Mudra with index and middle fingers. Now gaze to the tip of your nose, visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you return to buzzing like a bee in Brahmari Kumbhaka and perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
गुल्फौ च वृषणस्याधो व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितौ.
Next up is Kakabhushandi Asana. As you squat with the feet flat, knees open wide, bring your arms in and around the raised knees and interlock your fingers behind your back in Parasha Mudra. As you gaze to your nose, visualize yourself as a crow and perform the Mula Bandha.
प्रथमे वेशकौकटठाने दोवो हातपगमी च आने.
Next up is Kanipavasana. As you place your palms flat on the ground, shoulder width apart, bring your knees onto the back of your arms towards your armpits. Lean forward and down as you lift the feet off the mat and balance on your arms. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
आसन को गुण आशी दुष्टा होई तो आछी होई.
The next asana is Kapali Asana. We are sitting up for our first inverted posture of the sequence. So if you have any upper back, neck or spine injuries or high blood pressure, take it slow with any of the inverted postures. Get the guidance of a doctor if this is safe to perform for you. If you feel you need support in performing this asana, you can lean against the wall, or if you have a partner by your side, they can aid you. Now place your hands on the ground, shoulder width apart. Bring the top of your head onto the mat, forming a triangle between your hands and your head. Now bring your knees onto the elbows, align your hips with the shoulders, and then straighten your legs up. As you gaze to your nose, visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
शीशी शीशा धरती टेकी पग दो वो मिलिबा ऊंचा कुकरे.
Next up is Parashva Mayurasana. As you squat on your toes with the legs together, twist your body and place both hands to one side. Align elbows with the knee and the hip. As you lean forward, find balance and lift your feet off the mat, extending them to the side. Gaze to your third eye, visualize yourself as a peacock as you breathe in the Rejaka Kumbhaka, exhaling fully and holding the breath as you perform the Mula Bandha.
मयूरं दण्डवत् कुर्यान् मायूरं दण्डनामकम्.
Twist your body in the opposite direction. As you gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a peacock, balance on your arms, repeating Paramashivoham on the other side.
मयूरं दण्डवत् कुर्यान् मायूरं दण्डनामकम्.
Next up is Bhagavan. As you place both hands on the ground, shoulder width apart, step one foot outside the shoulder in between the two hands. Keep the other leg extended far back. As you gaze to your third eye, visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava. Perform Rechaka Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha in Bhairakanatasana.
आसन को गुण पीती जाई.
Now step the front foot back and bring the other foot outside the shoulder in between the hands. As you gaze up and visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava, repeating Bhairakanatasana on the other side.
आसन को गुण पीती जाई.
Next up is Unmukha Pitasana. As you return to the plank position, bring your forearms on the ground and walk your feet forward slightly, raising your hips. Gaze to your third eye, visualize Swamiji as you perform the Mula Bandha.
पुण्यस्तोजानुनी हसो चतुष्पदम वाङ्मुखम्.
Next up is Vashishthasana. From Talakshvasana, the plank position, rotate your body onto one arm as you raise the other arm up towards the sky. Gaze up along your hand as you visualize yourself as sage Vashishta.
ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटवासिष्ठ मरीचिहल मत्स्यकम्.
Now rotate your body in the opposite direction, repeating Vashishthasana on the other side.
ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटवासिष्ठ मरीचिहल मत्स्यकम्.
Now come to a seated position with your legs extended forward. Place your hands below the buttocks with the palms facing up. As you gaze to your nose, visualize yourself as Lord Hanuman. Perform Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock, and Mula Bandha, the root lock, as you internally chant the new japa Paramashivoham in Anjani Asana.
दोबू कर की उभय हथेली कोरबारली मैले भेली.
Next up is Paschimottanasana. With your legs extended forward, bend forward from the waist and hold on to the big toes in Prana Mudra. Engage all three bandhas as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
जानो परिललाटन्तो पश्चिमं तानमुच्यते.
The next asana is Ugrasana. As you sit, with your legs straight, interlock your fingers behind your head, lean forward and down, bring your head towards the knee. And the in Mahamudrasana.
महामुद्रां प्रवक्ष्यामि तन्त्रेऽस्मिन् मम वल्लभे.
Now stretch both legs out, bring the other heel towards the groin as you repeat Marichyasana on the other side. Now drop your knee down towards the ground. Keep the heel against the perineum and lean forward and down, holding onto the front foot with both hands, performing Mahamudra Bandha in Mahamudrasana on the other side.
महामुद्रां प्रवक्ष्यामि तन्त्रेऽस्मिन् मम वल्लभे.
The next asana is Bhadrasana 2. As you sit and bring the soles of the feet together with your heels close to the perineum, hold both feet with your hands firmly as you push your knees down to the ground by the strength of your groin. Gaze to your third eye, visualize Swamiji and perform the Mula Bandha.
गुल्भौ तु वृषणस्यादः सीवन्त्याः पार्श्वयोः क्षिपेत्.
From Bhadrasana 2, extend your feet away from the body. Place your hands on the respective knees. As you contract the perineal region, tuck your chin to the chest, gaze to your nose, and visualize Swamiji in Gvalipavasana.
पूर्वचर्पट चौकख्यो सोयी वाही विधि जोगी जय सोयी.
Next up is Joni Asana. As you sit and keep the soles of the feet together, heels close to your perineum, hold the soles of the feet, visualize Yoni Mandala, the visual representation of Devi Paramashiva Shakti herself. As you gaze to your nose and place your chin down to the feet.
दोबो पकदली संपुट करे एडी मेड के ढिंग तरे.
Next up is Midaki Pavasana. As you sit and keep the heels together, toes apart, knees open wide. Lean forward and down as you extend your hands out wide to the side, palms resting on the ground. Bring your forehead to the ground behind your heels, gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
पूर्व विधि परिपकदली संपूर्ण शोल एडी मिली राशे.
Next up is Siddha Samadhi Asana. As you sit and keep the toes together, the heels apart, bring your arms below the shins with the palms facing up. Lean forward and down. Bring your chin over top of the toes as you bring your toes towards your throat if you can. Gaze to the nose and visualize Lord Surya in your inner space.
दोबो पकदली संपुट करे सोले मेढ आगा मेधरे.
Next up is Chinaki Asana. And keep the heels together apart. Hold the feet and open them up like a book, pressing your elbows down onto your thighs. Gaze to your nose and visualize yourself. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो बगा की एडी धरती मगिवा मेढ लगाबे.
The next asana is Chadapata Chukasana. As you keep the soles of the feet together, heels close to your perineum, place your hands on the knees and gently push them down towards the ground. As you gaze to your third eye, visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
दोबो पकदली संपुट धारे आगा ने कर जा रे पसारे.
Next up is Bhaidavasana. Your heels and bring the toes. You can use the support of your hands if needed, and then place your hands on top of the respective knees in Bindu Mudra. Visualize yourself as Lord and Mula Bandha.
गुल्भौ संपीड्य चान्योन्यं व्युत्क्रमेणोत्थितं शनैः.
The next asana is Samanasana. As you sit, with one heel pressed against the perineum, lift the other foot towards your chest and bring the sole of the foot against your chest. Gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
आसनमावक्षे सिद्धमन्त्रादि साधनात्.
Now raise one foot over top of the wrist as you extend the other leg and straight. Keep your hands at the side for balance. Gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Apanasana.
केवलं पादमेकं च स्कन्धे चारोप्य यत्ततः.
Now bring the other heel against the perineum, lift the other foot towards your chest, and intensely perform the Mula Bandha in Samanasana on the other side.
समानासनमावक्षे सिद्धमन्त्रादिसाधनात्
Now repeat Apanasana on the other side, raising the other leg over top of the respective shoulder with the opposite leg extended.
केवलं पादमेकं च स्कन्धे चारोपि यत्ततः
Next up is Gomukhasana. As you sit and cross one leg over top of the other, stacking the knees with the heels close to the outside of the hips. Interlace your fingers in Padasha Mudra and place them on top of the knees. As you gaze to your nose, visualize the face of a cow. Start breathing in Sitkari Kumbhaka, hissing through your teeth as you press your tongue up against the palate of your mouth without touching the teeth. Perform Mula Bandha and internally chant the new japa, Om Nithyanandoham.
सर्वे दक्षिणगुल्फं तु योजयेत्
From Gomukhasana, hold on to the big toes in Prana Mudra with index and middle fingers. Gaze to your nose, engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula as you visualize yourself as an Anasana.
दक्षिण कोटों नीचे उठाने बाहों ताकि ऊपर आने
Lean forward and down as you gaze to your nose, still visualizing yourself as a Rishika Anasuya in Anasuyasana too.
जीवना गोदा की संधि उपरिड़ा व गोड़ा की संधि
Next up is Garudasana too. As you sit on the ground with one heel pressed against the perineum, place the other foot flat on the ground with the knee raised against your chest. Keep your hands on respective knees, gaze to your nose as you visualize yourself as Lord Garuda in Garudasana too.
दावोपकमोडी एडी माहिलो गुल्फमूलद्वारिणी चैदे
The next asana is Naradasana. From Garudasana 2, raise your perineum onto the heel, interlock your fingers around the neck and twist your body outside the raised knee. Gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as Sage Narada in Naradasana.
पिष्टि जो आम भक्तली केरी भूपरिता ही लगा बेफेरी
The next asana is Matsya Pitakasana. As you place one foot on top of the opposite thigh, hold onto the shin and the big toe of the other leg as you gaze to your nose and visualize Matsya, the fish avatar of Lord Vishnu.
वामेन वामाङ्गुष्ठन्तो गृहीतं मत्स्यपीठकम्
Next up is Gomukhasana on the other side. Now stack your knees again with the other knee on top. Place your hands on top of the knees. Visualize the face of a cow as you internally chant Om Nithyanandoham.
दक्षिणगुल्फं तु पृष्ठपार्श्वे नियोजयेत्
Now hold on to the big toes in Prana Mudra. Gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as a Rishika Anasuya as you repeat Anasuyasana on the other side.
दक्षिण कोटों नीचे उठाने बाहों ताकि ऊपर आने
Now interlock your fingers behind your back, lean forward and down. Bring the chin over the knee, nose to the ground as you visualize yourself as a Rishika Anasuya in Anasuyasana too.
जीमणा गोदा की संधि उपरिड़ा व गोड़ा की संधि
Now repeat Garudasana 2 on the other side as you sit on the ground with the other heel pressed against the perineum, opposite knee raised, foot flat, hands on the knees, visualizing yourself as Lord Garuda.
ડાબો પગ મોડીએડી માહિલો ગુલ્ફમૂલદ્વારની ચૈદે.
Next up is Naradasana on the other side as you twist your elbows outside the raised knee, hands interlocked behind your back, visualizing yourself as Saint Narada.
બિષ્ટિ જવાબ પગદલી કેરી ભૂપરી તાહી લગાવે ફેરી.
Now repeat Matsya Pitakasana on the other side. Bring the other foot on top of the opposite thigh, hold onto the shin and the big toe, gaze to the nose and visualize Matsya, the fish avatar of Lord Vishnu.
వామేన వామాంగుష్టంతో గృహీతం మత్స్యపీఠకం.
Next up is Matsindrasana. Now extend both legs forward. Place one foot on top of the opposite thigh as you place the other foot flat and twist the opposite elbow outside of the raised knee, placing the raised hand at your neck, gazing to your third eye and visualizing Sage Matsindranath, the master of Hatha Yoga.
ఉదరం పశ్చిమాభాసం కృత్వా తిష్టతి యత్నతః.
From Matsindrasana, extend the front arm down to the foot, hold the big toe in Prana Mudra if you can, and hold the back ear with the other hand. As you twist backward, gaze up towards your third eye, and visualize yourself as a camel.
ఆసన కోగుణ ఝోలో జాయే.
From Kubhasana, place the back hand on the ground behind you, twist your body even further and gaze towards your third eye as you visualize Matsyendranath in Matsindrasana 2.
మత్స్యేంద్రపీఠం జఠర ప్రదీప్తిం ప్రచండ రుక్మండల ఖండనాస్త్రం.
Now extend your legs again. Place the opposite foot on top of the thigh as you repeat Matsindrasana on the other side.
ఉదరం పశ్చిమాభాసం కృత్వా తిష్టతి యత్నతః.
Now extend your arm forward and down to the foot as you place the other hand on your ear, visualizing yourself as a camel in Kubhasana on the other side.
ఆసన కోగుణ ఝోలో జాయే.
Now place the back hand down on the ground, twist your body even further as you visualize Sage Matsindranath in Matsindrasana 2 on the other side.
మత్స్యేంద్రపీఠం జఠర ప్రదీప్తిం ప్రచండ రుక్మండల ఖండనాస్త్రం.
The next asana is Padmasana. Now place your feet on top of the opposite thighs. Bring your hands on top of the respective knees. Gaze towards your nose and visualize yourself as Lord Shiva as you engage all Trivandhas Mahamudra Bandha.
ఆసనం ద్విధం ప్రోక్తం పద్మం వజ్రాసనం తథా.
Next up is Padmasana 2. As you sit in Padmasana, cross your arms in front of the body and hold on to the opposite big toes in Prana Mudra. Visualize yourself as Goddess Parvati, the consort of Lord Shiva, as you gaze to your nose and perform the Mula Bandha.
उत्तानौ चरणौ कृत्वा ऊरु संस्थौ प्रयत्नतः.
Next up is Kukkutasana. As you sit and place your feet on top of opposite thighs in Padmasana, place your hands in between the thighs as you visualize yourself as a rooster. Breathe calmly through your nose and lift your body off the mat. Engage the Mula Bandha and internally chant the new japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
పద్మాసనం సుసంస్థాప్య నాన్మోరోరంతరే కరౌ.
Next up is Bandhakeki Asana. From Padmasana, rise up onto your knees. Place your hands flat on the ground with the fingers pointing towards your body. Lean forward, bring your elbows to the navel and lift your legs off the mat, balancing on your hands as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
धरामोष्टभ्यकरद्वयेन तत्कूर्परि स्थापिता नाभिपार्श्वः।
Now, from a kneeling position, keep your hands on the ground, fingers pointing backwards. Lean onto your elbows. As you find balance, lift your legs off the ground straight and balance on your arms in Mayurasana, visualizing yourself as a peacock.
एव मयूरासनम् उत्तमम्।
Next up is Makarasana. Now, lower your body down onto your stomach. As you keep the toes pointing outwards, interlock your fingers behind your neck and visualize yourself as a crocodile as you breathe calmly through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka.
सशेदे हृदयं निधाय भूमौ च पादौ च प्रसार्यमाणौ।
The next asana is Shalabhasana. Down on your stomach, place your hands on the ground beside your chest and raise your legs up, including the thighs. Lift your entire legs off the mat as you visualize yourself as a locust. Next up is Ustrasana. As you lay down on your stomach, bring your hands to the feet and towards the ground as a camel.
अध्यासशेते पदयुग्मं व्यस्तं पृष्ठे निधाय विधृतं कराभ्याम्।
Next up is Dhanurasana. As you feet, kick your legs back and up and raise your chest up, gazing upwards toward your third eye as you visualize yourself as Pinaka, Lord Shiva's bomb.
प्रसार्य पादौ भुविदण्डरूपौ करौ च पृष्ठे धृतपादयुग्मम्।
Next up is Bhagasana. As you sit between the heels with the feet flat, head, neck and spine in a straight line. Place your palms on top of the knees. Gaze through your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you internally chant the new japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
उल्टा मोड़ी पाव दो वैसे बहुरो जुगति करे एक ऐसे।
Next up is Gohi Asana. We're going to set up for another inverted posture. So align yourself with the wall if you need the support. Place your forearms on the ground, elbows shoulder width apart. As you interlock your fingers, place the crown of your head to the mat. Hold your head with both hands. Raise your hips. Walk the feet forward. As you pull the knees in towards your chest, try to touch your chin with the knees. As you gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Gohi Asana.
दो हाथ की कहुनी जोजी पुनः कलाई जाने दोई।
From Gohi Asana, extend your legs up straight into Shirshasana. Gaze through your nose. Visualize Swamiji perform the Mula Bandha.
विपरीतं मण्डलं च द्विधैव विदितं हिनः।
Now lower your body down. Come to a seated position with your legs forward. As we enter a sequence of rapid exhalations in Bhastrika Kumbhaka. As you contract your stomach region, push the air out from your stomach without inhaling. We're going to perform this Kumbhaka throughout the next few asanas. Now, sit with your hands beneath the calves and stretch your legs up. Bring your forehead to the knee to a vertical position with your legs. Visualize and perform the Mula Bandha in Podi Asana.
दो हाथ भगवत एकादशी ठाने।
Next up is Parighasana. As you sit at a 45-degree angle. Bring your hands to the opposite shoulders behind your back as you gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a mace.
उत्थानशयनं कृत्वा पादौ मिलित्वा प्रसार्य.
The next asana is Naukasana. As you keep your legs extended forward and up, extend your arms out in front, arms parallel to the ground, as you gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a boat.
उत्थानशयनं कूर्पराभ्यां भूमिमष्टाभ्याम्.
Now join the soles of the feet together and scoop your hands below the heels, pulling your feet in towards your chest. Try chest as you gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as Lord Rudra in Rudrasana.
पगतली सम्पूटकरी हातस्य पग उचायी.
Now breathe calmly through your nose as you lay down on your back. With the feet flat, knees raised, hands on the ground behind the heels, palms facing down. As you gaze to your nose, visualize Swamiji in your inner space and breathe in Mudra Kumbhaka. As you keep Jalandhara Bandha engaged while exhaling, push the air out through the throat lock. Now push your hips off the ground, contract the perineal region, and internally chant the Mahavakya.
च जानूनि कृत्वा शवेत्वोर्ध्वमुखं तथा.
Now lay your body down flat on the mat, hands beside the hips, palms facing up. Perform the Shakti Charan Mudra, pulling the Kundalini Shakti up along your spine, all the way from the Muladhara to the Sahasrara Chakra. As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space, internally chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in Shavasana.
उत्तानं भूमौ शयनं तोषवासनं शवासनं श्रान्तिहरं चित्तविश्रान्तिकारकम्.
Slowly return to your physical body. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, your wrists and your ankles, your elbows and your knees. Pull your knees in towards your chest and circle them with your arms. Rock your body from side to side. Slowly return to a comfortable seated position. Congratulations, you completed the Pratama Vinyasa Krama, the first 108 asanas of the sequence. We would like to request all the participants to please switch your cameras on and be seated in front of the camera with your room properly lit. And we would like to complete with all of you for the technical glitches in between. I hope everything is running smoothly now. And now let us continue with the next asana of the sequence. Yathasana Ishthasana. As you sit in a posture that brings ease to your physical and mental space, visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Keep your hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra, with index fingers and thumbs together. As you perform the Mula Bandha, breathe in Samana Kumbhaka, filling your stomach with prana and visualizing on a flame rising up your internally. Chant Om Nithyanam.
पर्यङ्कं तत्समाख्यातं यतसंस्थं यथा स्थितिः.
The next asana is Samasana. Now sit in a cross-legged position with your hands on the knees in Bindu Mudra. As you inhale deeply, hold, then exhale deeply and in and exhale deeply again and again, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु सुखप्रसवलाभाय प्रोच्यते प्राक्तने पथि.
The next asana is Muktasana. As you place the left foot against the genital region, place the right foot over top the left. Keep your hands facing downwards on top of the knees as you gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as a sage liberated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
पीड्यसीविनीं सूक्ष्मां दक्षिणेतरगुल्पतः.
The next asana is Siddhasana. Now maintain the same position as in Muktasana. Switch your gaze to the third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
सानुसंयमितेन्द्रियो चलदृशा पश्यन् भ्रुवरन्तरं चैतन्मोक्षकपातभेदजनकं सिद्धासनं प्रोच्यते.
Next up is Siddhi Asana. Maintain the same position. Shift your gaze towards the ground in front of you as you visualize Swamiji perform all three bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha.
वामपादके इडीजानो सीवनिमदिता सुकोठानो.
Next up is Rudrasana 2. Maintain the same position. Rotate your hands on top of the knees into Bindu Mudra. Gaze to the third eye as you visualize yourself as Lord Rudra. Perform the Mula Bandha.
वामचरण पर दक्षिण राखे एक दिगति ऐसे विधि दाखे.
Next up is Santadhunasana. Maintain the same position. Shift your gaze to the nose and embody tranquility and an unshakable nature.
सन की गुण मन की चंचलता मीटे.
The next asana is Siddhasana 2. As you maintain your feet in the same position, cup one palm over top of the other, resembling a lotus flower in Samputta Mudra in front of your neck. Visualize Swamiji and perform the Mula Bandha.
ऋजुकाय समासीना सिद्धासनमुदीरितम्.
Next up is Bandha Yoni Asana. Now maintain one heel on top of the other as you set the Sankalpa to manifest through the womb of creation. Contract the perineal region and be prepared to enter into Shanmukhi Mudra, locking all the 5 senses. As you place your little fingers and ring fingers on your mouth, the middle fingers closing the nostrils, the index fingers locking the eyes, and the thumbs locking the ears.
यत्र मध्ये महादेव बन्धयोन्यासने शृणु.
Next up is Virasana. As you place one foot on top of the opposite thigh and the other foot below the opposite thigh. Place your hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra and embody the state and space of bravery.
एकं पादमथैकस्मिन् विन्यस्योरुणि संस्थितः.
The next asana is Valmikasana. As you keep the left heel on the right side of the regenerative organs and the right foot on the left leg, place your hands on the knees in Bindu Mudra, gaze to your third eye and visualize Sage Valmiki, the great poet and author of Ramayana.
दावा अपनी एडी है जो जय.
Next up is Joni Mudrasana. As you keep your legs in the same position, rotate your hands on top of the knees, keep them flat on the knees. As you gaze to your nose and visualize Yoni Mandala, the visual representation of Devi Paramashiva Shakti in Joni Mudrasana.
वामपादगी पगदली जाहि माहिली कोर.
The next asana is Yoni Asana. Maintain the same position, shift your gaze to the third eye and visualize Yoni Mandala.
न्यासनं पर्वतेन योगं योगफले नीलम्.
Next up is Padmasana 3. As you sit with the soles of the feet together in front of your body, heels towards the perineum, gaze to your nose and visualize Lord Virabhadra in your inner space as you perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
गुल्भौ च वृषणस्यादः सीवन्त्याः पार्श्वयोः क्षिपेत्.
The next asana is Aghodasana. As you keep the soles of the feet together at the perineum, press your tongue up against the roof of your mouth in Kechari Mudra, keeping the tongue up high towards your third eye if you can. Now, place your right hand over the mouth, left nostril with the index finger, inhale through the right nostril, close both nostrils and hold your breath. Then exhale through the left nostril and repeat on the other side in Abhyantara Kumbhaka. Gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as an Aguri.
पूर्वको भिश्रिका जो जी वाही विधि जोगी जैसो जी.
Next up is Kanali Pavasana. As you bring the feet together in front, toes together and heels apart, place your elbows on the heels and rest your chin on the palms. Gaze to your nose, engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha as you visualize yourself as a female elephant drinking water.
ग्वाली पाव आसन कक्ष्यो है जैसे याहू में जाने विधि तैसे.
The next asana is Padasana. Now sit with your knees raised, arms between the thighs and calves, interlace your fingers and lift your feet off the mat as you gaze through your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
ततोर्ध्वं रेचयेत् वायुं मृदुनिश्वाससंयुतं रेचकस्त्वा प्राणासंवक्ष्यकारकः.
Next up is Gopi Chandasana. Now interlace your fingers around the feet with the soles together, toes at the groove of your throat, with your heels touching your chest. Place the chin on the hands and gaze to your nose as you embody the state and space of a king.
पूर्व विधि पका का अंगूठा कंठ को पराशे.
Next, as you sit with the soles of the feet together, insert your hands underneath the legs and hold the feet with interlocked fingers. Bring the feet up to the chest and your head down as you touch your chin to the soles. Gaze to your nose and visualize your body free from any defects.
दो भगदली संपुटाने उभय हस्तकरी उरद हिताने.
From the same position, raise your feet even higher in front of your face. Give the interlocked fingers above your forehead as you visualize yourself excelling in everything.
दो भगदली जोड़ी संपुट करे.
Next up is Bhujasana. From a seated position, lift both legs over top of the respective shoulders. Bring your arms underneath your legs and up, interlacing your fingers around the back of your neck. Now engage the Mula Bandha and visualize yourself as a snake.
शिरासनं तु विज्ञेयं कक्षासनम् अतः परं ग्रीवासनं च परमं भुजासनम् इहोच्यते.
The next asana is Kalyanasana. As you maintain a seated posture, raise your legs up and bring your elbows under the knees as you wrap your arms around your back, clasping your palms behind. Gaze to your third eye, gaze to your nose as you visualize yourself as a beautiful, auspicious goddess.
दो हाथ पगम नीचे आने, तिनको गोड़ा नीचे ठाने.
The next asana is Sankatasana. As you sit with the left foot flat, the top of the left foot flat, on top of the left heel with your perineum, stack your knees and bring the right foot to the outside of the left hip. Place your hands on top of opposite knees as you visualize yourself as a swan. Perform Ujjayi Pranayama, making an ocean-like sound on the inhalation, and perform Vaishnavi Mudra with your gaze outside, not focusing on any of the external objects. Only focus on the object within.
वामपादं चितेर्मूलं संन्यस्य धरणीतले.
From Sankatasana, slide the heel outside the hip, sit on the ground with your knees stacked, hands on top of the knees. Visualize a cow in your inner space as you perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha in Dhenukasana.
अनुषागी नगर पंचटम वृषीलिंदा गल्यमनी.
The next asana is Machandrasana. As you place the right foot on the left thigh, place the left foot on the right knee. Now bring the left hand behind your back. Twist your body to hold on to opposite thighs. As you catch a hold, twist your body even further. Gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
वामजंग पर दक्षिणटाने वामहस्तभिष्टीति सआने.
Now untwist your body, hold onto the feet with your hands as you lean forward and down, placing your forehead to the ground in Machandrasana 2.
प्रथम जी मनो चरण जोई वामजंग परि राखे सोई.
Next up is Guru Asana. Maintain your feet in the same position. Interlock your fingers and place them on the top knee as you engage all the wonders and visualize Swamiji, your Guru, in your inner space.
ऊरुमूले इतरपादस्य कनिष्ठिका प्रदेशगुल्भं संस्थाप्य.
Now repeat Sankatasana on the other side. As you sit with the top of the right foot flat on the ground, sit on the right heel, place your hands on opposite knees as you visualize yourself as an elegant swan.
वामपादं चितेर्मूलं संन्यस्तधरणीतले.
Now repeat Dhenukasana on the other side. As you slide the foot outside the hip, sit down on the ground, visualize a cow in your inner space.
अनुषागीनकरपञ्चडं वृषीलिन्दकल्यं नीम्.
The next asana is Machandrasana on the other side. Now place the left foot on the right thigh and the right foot on the left knee. Twist the right hand behind your back. Hold on to the opposite thighs as you twist your body even further. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and gaze to your third eye.
वामजंग पर दक्षिणटाने वामहस्तभिष्टीति सआने.
Now untwist your body. Hold onto the feet and lean forward and down as you repeat Machandrasana 2 on the other side.
प्रथम जी मनो चरण जोई वामजंग परि राखे सोई.
Now repeat Guru Asana on the other side as you engage all the wonders. Interlock your fingers, place them on the top knee and visualize your Guru, Swamiji, in your inner space.
ऊर्मूले इतरपादस्य कनिष्ठिका प्रदेशगुल्भं संस्थाप्य.
The next asana is Parshasana. As you sit with your feet flat on the ground, knees raised towards your chest, place your hands on top of the knees on opposite knees and pull them towards your chest. Place your tongue up against the roof of your mouth on Kechari Mudra as you gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
पादतले भूमौ निधाय जानुनिवृसि निधाय
The next asana is Bodha Shukhasana. From the same position, hold onto the wrists and tuck your chin to the chest. Place the chin on the knee as you visualize being in an abode of bliss. Gaze towards your nose.
दो भूपकदली भूपरिधरे कोरमा हिलिये से करे
We move on to Kurakatasana. As you bring your hands below the shins, below the knees, hold onto opposite elbows, gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो हाथ पग बाहर लावे घोड़ा नीचे ले टहरावे
Now keep holding on to the elbows as you gaze to your nose, your tongue up in Kechari Mudra, crossing up great sage in Sumati Asana.
मूलद्वारी धरती बिठाने डावा पग परिध शब्द आने
The next asana is Dandasana. As you extend your feet out straight, with the arms raised straight above your head, interlace the fingers with the palms facing, engage all towards your nose. Swamiji in your inner space, Mahamudra Bandha. Next up is Arambhasana. As you lean forward and down, hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra and bring your head towards your knees. Perform Nadi Shodhana without the support of your hands. Inhale through one nostril and exhale through the other, alternatingly, controlling the flow of your prana as you visualize Swamiji in your inner.
दो वो पग मिलेवा पसारी पगा का अंगूठा लीलाटी पगड़ी लीलाट गोड़ा लगावे
The next asana is Bhidukasana. As you sit with your legs straight, extend your knees slightly up, bring one hand distance between the heels as you bring your shoulders down and wrap your hands in and around the legs, holding onto the soles of the feet from the outside. Gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम बैसी दो पाव पसारी कछुक ऊर्ध को कुरडो डारे
Next up is Jalandhari Bhavasana. As you extend both legs out with the heels together, place your chin onto the heels and insert your hands below the legs. With the palms facing up, gaze towards your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform Ujjayi Pranayama.
दो हाथ मेड़ के दीजिए हाथ पसारी।
The next asana is Urdhva Paschimottanasana. As you sit and extend both legs out, lift one foot behind your neck, lean forward and down as in Paschimottanasana. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. As you hold onto the front foot, perform the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Visualize the prana flowing up through 9 points within the body as revealed by Mahadeva himself. Those 9 points are the soles of the feet, the regenerative organs, the heart, the throat, the uvula, the center of the eyebrows, the top of the forehead. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
पश्चिमतानवत्सं स्थितिं कृत्वा एकं पादं ग्रीवायां धृत्वा तिष्ठेत्।
From Urdhva Paschimottanasana, lean back straight and hold on to the foot behind your neck in Anantasana. Gaze towards your nose as you visualize yourself as being infinite, endless, eternal, Ananta.
उत्तानशयने एकैकं पायि ग्रीवायां कुर्वन्।
Next up is Ankushasana. As you still hold onto the foot, roll onto the side of the elbow, holding onto the foot. Rest as you feel in complete control and gaze to your nose.
उत्तानशयने एकैकं पादं ग्रीवायां कुर्वन्।
Next up is Dhrishasana. As you lay down on your back, bring your knees up towards your chest and circle your thighs and calves with your hands. As you roll to the left and right, visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
उत्तानशयनं जानुनी हृदयेवष्टम्भ।
Now extend both legs out, bring the other leg behind your neck. As you repeat Urdhva Paschimottanasana on the other side.
पश्चिमतानवत्सं स्थितिं कृत्वा एकं पादं ग्रीवायां धृत्वा तिष्ठेत्।
Now repeat Anantasana on the other side as you straighten your spine with the leg behind your neck and hold onto the foot with the opposite hand. Visualize yourself as being unending Ananta.
उत्तानशयने एकैकं पायि ग्रीवायां कुर्वन्।
Now roll onto the side, feel in complete control. Gaze to your nose in Ankushasana.
उत्तानशयितः एकैकं पादं ग्रीवायां कुर्वन्।
Next up is Yoga Nidasana. As you lay on your back, lift your legs one by one up behind your head. Gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
पादाभ्यां वेष्टयेत् कण्ठं हस्ताभ्यां पृष्ठबन्धनम्।
The next asana is Atmaramasana. While laying on your back, raise the legs towards your head and wrap your hands around the legs, interlacing your fingers around your neck as you gaze to your nose and visualize Lord Vishnu blessing you from within.
राम आसन प्रथम सुधोसो वे.
The next asana is Kochikasana. As you lay on your back, lift your knees up towards your chest with the soles facing upwards. Extend your arms out to the side as you gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space, performing the Mula Bandha.
हाथ चीदा सा करे 300 उबे सपा करे.
Next up is the Jatara Parivritti. This asana consists of 3 steps, so let us perform all 3 steps and then repeat them on the other side. Throughout this asana, visualize Swamiji in your inner space, perform the Mula Bandha and breathe in Pratyahara Pranayama. As you enter the neutral position, lifting your knees towards your chest and extending the arms out at shoulder level. Now drop one knee towards the side and extend the opposite leg down. Step 1. Now bend both knees to the side. Step 2. Extend both legs to the side, hold onto the feet and gaze in the opposite direction. Step 3. Now return to the neutral position. Drop the other knee down. Step 1. Perform step 2. And then step 3.
आगे त्रिदाहि परिकीर्तितः.
Next up is the Dviparapita. As you lay on your back, bend your knees and place your feet flat on the ground. Hold your ankles and lift your hips up as you gaze towards your nose and visualize yourself as a bridge. Engaged and internally chant the Mahavakya.
प्रतिक्रियायुतं द्वन्द्वपीठे सर्वबलप्रदम्.
Next up is Paryankasana. As you lay on your back, place your feet flat on the mat, bring your arms over your head and place your hands flat on the mat as well, with the fingers pointing towards your feet. Now, lift your entire body up off the ground as you visualize as sturdy as stone furniture and breathe calmly through your nose in Sahajra Kumbhaka.
उत्तानशयनं हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य.
Next up is Shvotanasana. As you lay on your back, pull your knees towards your chest, place your hands on the shoulders and move your hips in a circular motion. Visualize yourself as a dog playfully rolling around on its back in Shvotanasana.
शरीरं संस्थाप्य जानुनी सम्मील्य नाभुवाणीय.
The next asana is Viparita Karani. As you lay supine, raise your hips and legs up. Bring your hands to the lower back for support if needed, but then place your elbows and hands flat on the mat. Extending the legs up straight and moving them in a circular motion as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Viparita Karani.
भूतले सुशिरो दत्त्वा खेनये चरणद्वयम्.
Next up is the Viparita Karan 2. Stop the circular movement of your legs. Be stable as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
करणी विपरीताख्या सर्वाधिव्याधिनाशिनी.
Next up is Langalasana. As you lay on your back, lift your hips and take your feet over top of your head with the toes on the ground. Interlock your fingers behind your back, extended on the mat, as you visualize yourself as a plow.
ग्रीवाकण्ठेन भूमिविष्टम्भ पादाग्रद्वयमूर्धमुन्नयेत्.
Next up is Sharita Paschimottanasana. From the same position, hold onto the feet with both hands. This is one of the 84 asanas revealed directly by Lord Paramashiva himself. So visualize Paramashiva in your inner space and chant the Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
तानं शयित्वात् कुर्वीत शयितपश्चिमतानकम्.
Next up is Supta Konasana. In the same position, spread your legs wide apart and bring your hips above the shoulder level for balance as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Supta Konasana.
परिवृत्य कुक्षिभागे त्रिधा हि परिकीर्तितः.
Next up is Chakrasana. As you hold onto the ankles with the feet joined together above your head, roll onto your back, keep arms and legs straight and visualize yourself as a chakra, a wheel, in Chakrasana.
शवासनस्थद्वौ पादौ कुर्यान्मस्तकतः परौ.
Next up is Supta Prasarita Parangushtasana. As you extend your legs up straight above your body, hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra, and then open your legs wide to the side. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and breathe in Ujjayi Pranayama. Now join your feet together above your body in Supta Parangushtasana as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Next up is Matsyasana. From the same position, cross your legs into Padmasana and hold onto opposite elbows above your head. As you gaze to your nose, visualize Matsya, the fish avatar of Lord Vishnu, in Matsyasana.
मुक्तपद्मासनं कृत्वा उत्तानशयनं चरेत्.
Next up is Parasharamasana. As you lay on your back with the legs in Padmasana, place the back side of the right hand onto the left palm. Gaze to your nose and visualize out Rama in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
प्रथम करे पद्मासन आछे सूधो सोवे भूपरि पाछे.
Next up is Sarvangasana. As you lay on your back with the legs in Padmasana, raise your hips and legs up, supporting your hips with your hands, elbows on the ground. As you gaze towards your nose, tuck your chin to the chest, perform the Mula Bandha, and visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Sarvangasana.
अथवा क्षेत्र संक्षेपात् सर्वांगासनम् उत्तमम्.
Next up is Vrishchikasana. As you lay on your back, place one foot on top of the opposite thigh. Pull the opposite knee towards your chest as you extend your arms up above your head, hooking the hands forward. Now gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a scorpion.
प्रथमशयन सुदोषी शिकेशिकी संधि सुदाखे.
Now exchange the position of your feet and repeat Vrishchikasana on the other side.
प्रथमशयन सुदोषी शिकेशिकी संधि सुदाखे.
Next up is Vrishaparakshipasana. As you lay on your back and interlock your fingers behind your neck, alternate, bringing one knee in towards the chest back and forth as you keep your legs off the ground. Visualize Swamiji and perform the Mula Bandha, calmly breathing through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka.
उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा अङ्गुलिभिकन्दरां बद्ध्वा.
Next up is Maruttanasana. Keep your hands next to the hips, palms facing up, as you alternate, bringing one knee in towards your ear back and forth. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Perform the Mula Bandha.
उत्तानवत् संस्थितिः कृत्वा जानुद्वयं पर्यायेन कर्णयोः संस्पृशेत्.
Next up is Vrikasana. As you lay on your back, place the soles of the feet flat on the ground and stand up and sit back down, visualizing yourself as a wolf.
उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा अङ्गुलिभिकन्दरां बद्ध्वा.
Next up is Luthasana. As you lay on your back, quickly throw your legs above your head and completely roll over. Repeat this again and again as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and finally end in a prone position.
उत्तानशयनं पादौ शिरौ उल्लङ्घ्य भूमौ स्थापयित्वा.
As you lay down on your stomach, keep your hands at the shoulder level, toes pointing backwards. Now contract your lips, making the sound of a flute whistling while inhaling. As you visualize yourself as a chariot, carrying warriors into a battle for Dharma on your chariot back in Saradhasana.
निब्जशयनं कृत्वा नाभिं भूमौ निधाय.
Now push your body up into a plank position and jump your feet back and forth as you visualize yourself transcending body and mind.
हस्तद्वयं बद्ध्वा तन्मध्ये चरणद्वयम् उड्डानैव बहिरानीज.
From Dehalyolanganasana, we move on to Jatyasana. From a standing position, place your hands on the mat. Start walking around, visualizing yourself as a wise 60-year-old elephant.
अथ जात्यासनं वक्ष्ये येन जातिस्मरो भवेत्.
Next up is Lolitika Karana. As you stand with the knees wide and the feet pointing upwards, keep your hands at the side, at the center of your body, and start rotating your arms around your body as you open up your chest towards the sky and move your head in all directions. Next up is Sadapasana. Now take a rope, if you have one available, and tie your feet. Then stand straight on the mat like a rod. As you keep your hands at the side of your body, elbows touching the body, hand on your thighs. As you visualize your Kundalini Devi raising and curling upwards around your body.
अथ सर्पासनं वक्षे वायुपाणाय केवलम्.
The next asana is Ushta Sadhanasana. While standing, place your fingers onto the mat and step your feet onto the hands. As you hold onto the toes from the front, visualize yourself as a camel and perform the Mula Bandha.
मुष्टिकनिष्ठिका प्रदेशेन भूमौ निधाय.
Next up is Ashvasana. From the same position, hold the feet from the outside and walk around, visualizing yourself as a horse.
मुष्टिकनिष्ठिका प्रदेशेन भूमौ निधाय उपरिपादतले संस्थाप्य.
Next up is Kapota Nitakasana. As you stand with the feet together, interlock your fingers in Parasha Mudra behind your back and pull your hands down towards the calves. As you open up your chest wide, visualize yourself as a soaring bird diving. Perform the Mula Bandha as you do so.
पादतले भूमौ निधाय पृष्ठभागेन हस्तौ जङ्घापर्यन्तं नीत्वा.
Next up is the Tala Pushpa Bhutam Kardana. As you stand with the palms together, Namaskara Mudra, gently bend the knees and keep the toes pointing upwards. As you bow down to one side, raise the heel of the respective foot and open up the palms to the side, visualizing yourself holding a bouquet of flowers and offering it to Paramashiva. The next asana is Khadgasana. As you visualize yourself as a rhinoceros and gaze towards your nose, lay down on your stomach and jump the feet up towards your hands. As you stand, bring your hands together in Namaskara Mudra in front of your body, forming the horn of the rhinoceros.
नुजसर्तमासनं कृत्वा पादतलाभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा.
Next up is the Uttanottanam. You can hold weights if you want to intensify this asana. As you sit down or as low as you can towards the ground and stand back up. Again and again, gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
पुनः पुनः उत्थातव्यम् अस्थितव्यम् इति उत्थानोत्थानं भवति.
The next asana is Musalasana. As you stand straight, raise your arms up above your head and jump up and down continuously, visualizing yourself as a mace.
सरलं स्थित्वा ऊर्ध्वं बाहुं नजेत्.
The next asana is Uchchiya Shakasana. From a standing position, pull the sole of one foot towards your belly. With the other leg, sit down and stand back up again and again as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space alternate on both sides.
एकपादतलं कुक्षौ निधाय.
Next up is the Parashva Karana. As you stand and keep one leg slightly bent with the toes pointing to the side, bend and lift the opposite knee towards your chest, pointing the toes downwards. Hold the knee with a hand in a fist. As you place the other hand on the respective thigh with the fingers pointing inwards. Next up is Dandavasana. You can hold weights if you want to intensify this asana. As you visualize yourself fiercely dancing as Lord Shiva, extend one leg forward and your arms as well. As you sit down and stand back up on one leg.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यं ताण्डवासनं भवति.
Next up is Brahmanasana. As you stand on one leg, place one foot to the inner opposite thigh. As you stand erect on the mat like a rod, keep your hands hanging down at the side. Visualize Lord Brahma blessing you from within.
ब्राह्मणासनमावक्षे यत्कृत्वा ब्राह्मणो भवेत्.
Next up is Garudasana 3. Standing on one leg, bring the left foot around the other leg with the toes tucked behind. As you simultaneously cross the left arm below the right and bring your palms together in Namaskara Mudra. Visualizing yourself as Lord Garuda. Calmly breathing in Sahajra Kumbhaka in Garudasana 3.
उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च सिंहस्गारुडमेव च.
Next up is Ekapadasana. As you stand straight on the right leg, keep the left foot on the opposite inner thigh. As you keep your hands relaxed by the knees and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
रक्षाङ्घ्रिं जङ्घोपरिनिधाय च.
The next asana is Dhuruvasana, the pole-star posture. Now stand on the right leg. Hold the left foot big toe with the other hand in Prana Mudra. As you visualize yourself as a pole star, rotate quickly on the standing leg in Dhuruvasana.
एकेन हस्तेन दण्डरूपस्य एकस्य पादस्य अग्रं धृत्वा.
Next up is Trivikramasana. As you stand on the right leg and lift the left foot behind your neck, stand tall. If you can't bring the leg behind your neck, pull it in towards your chest or bring it over your shoulder. Then sit down and stand back up, visualizing Lord Vishnu in your inner space.
ग्रीवायां पादं संस्थाप्य स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यं त्रिविक्रमासनं भवति.
Now repeat Parshva Karana on the other side. Now repeat Tandavasana on the other side as you visualize yourself fiercely dancing as Lord Shiva.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यं ताण्डवासनं भवति.
Next up is Brahmanasana. On the other side, place the other foot to the inner thigh as you visualize Lord Brahma blessing you from within.
ब्राह्मणासनमावक्षे यत्कृत्वा ब्राह्मणो भवेत्.
Now repeat Garudasana 3 on the other side. Bring the right leg over top and cross your arms as you keep the hands in Namaskara Mudra, visualizing yourself as Lord Garuda.
उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च सिंहस्गारुडमेव च.
Now repeat Ekapadasana on the other side. Place the right foot on the left thigh. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दक्षाङ्घ्रिं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरिनिधाय च.
Now repeat Dhuruvasana, the pole-star posture, as you rotate, standing on the left leg.
एकेन हस्तेन दण्डरूपस्य एकस्य पादस्य अग्रं धृत्वा.
Next up is Trivikramasana on the other side. As you bring the other leg behind your neck, sit down and stand back up, visualizing Lord Vishnu.
एकेन पादे ग्रीवायां पादं संस्थाप्य स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यं त्रिविक्रमासनं भवति.
Next up is Samana Kakara. As you stand with your feet close together, toes pointed slightly outwards. Keep both hands to the sides of the body with the fingers extended one by one. Stand in this natural posture after the intense asana sequence we just had. As we now move on to the final 100 asanas of this sequence, starting with Gorak Anjali Asana. Now, stand erect and then bend forward. Bring both hands underneath the knees and make a finger lock. As you sit in a squatting position, let the finger lock touch your navel and visualize the great sage Goraknath, founder of the Natha Yoga Hindu Sampradaya. Perform the Jivachala Kumbhaka. Inhale, hold your breath and forcefully move the prana up and down within your body along with your mind.
प्रथमे युबो होए बाहुरी नीचो पुनि होवे.
Next up is Kanchi Asana. As you insert your hands between the thighs and calves, wrap them around behind your butt and interlace your fingers behind your back. Sit straight, visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
ऊर्मध्यात् हस्तो निवेशयानितं मम धृत्वा.
And next up is Bhairo Asana. As you bring the feet together and sit in a squatting position with the heels touching your perineum, hold the hands at the back and sit upright as you gaze to your navel and visualize Bhagavan Kala Bhairava, the Lord of Time.
दो बगगी थैलिया की कोर मिलाई.
The next asana is Varahasana. As you squat all the way down to the ground, keep your feet together, toes apart, bring your elbows up close to your head, and join your palms behind your back in Anjali Mudra, fingers pointing down. Now gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as Varaha, the boar avatar of Lord Vishnu.
पागतली की माहिली कोर मिलाई फना पानी उकड़वई से.
Next up is Prapitasana. As you hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra, bring your hips to the same level as your knees. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
अथ उत्तासनानि पार्श्वद्वयसम्मील्य स्थित्वा.
The next asana is Pakasana. As you place your hands on the mat, fingers wide, place your knees on top of the back of your arms towards your armpits. Lean forward, lift your feet off the mat, and visualize yourself as a crow.
हस्ताभ्याम अवनिमवष्टभ्याम.
Next up is Sushtanga Kapali Asana. As you keep your hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart, place the crown of your head onto the mat, forming a triangle, raising your legs up above your head, interlocking the legs into Padmasana. Now, gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
आसन कोगन कपाला छो होई.
Next up is Guptasana. As you keep your feet flat, sit in between the heels with the toes touching behind your body. Hands on the thighs, gaze to your nose, and visualize you're sitting in the secret seat with Paramashiva and Guru in Guptasana.
तानूर्वोरन्तरे पादौ कृत्वा पादौ च गोपयेत्.
Next up is Vrikshasana too. As you keep your hands on the ground, fingers wide, lift your body up straight into a handstand. If you need the support of a wall, set yourself up. If you have a partner by the side, they can aid you. As you visualize yourself as a tree with deep roots into the ground, perform this asana to purify all the 7 chakras.
चक्रक्षालनाय वृक्षासनविशेषकान्.
Next up is Shiva Asana. In the handstand position, join your hands and feet together and visualize Tejas energy flowing towards your third eye, rejuvenating your body.
दक्षाङ्घ्रिं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरिनिधाय च.
Now place your hands flat on the ground and step your feet back into a plank position. Then lower your body down and push it back up again and again as you visualize yourself as a fish in Matsyasana too. Next up is Sarvapasana too. As you lay prone on your belly, place your hands on the hips and extend your legs jointly. As you lift your chest from left to right, visualizing and moving your body like a snake.
निब्जं शयनं कृत्वा हस्तौ नितम्बं संस्थाप्य.
Next up is Nidalambanasana. As you lay prone on your belly, extend your legs and keep the toes pointing back. As you place your elbows on the mat, hands in Padma Mudra, the Lotus Mudra, resting your chin onto your hands. Feel self-supported and completely independent in this asana.
कराभ्यां पङ्कजं कृत्वा तिष्ठेत् कूर्परया सुधीः.
Next up is Chaturasana. As you lay on your stomach, place your hands flat on the mat in front, straighten your arms and bend your knees. Bring your feet up towards the upper back as you lean all the way back and up, visualizing yourself as an umbrella protecting your guru from the sun rays.
अर्ध्यासनस्थित्वा हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं दत्वा.
Next up is Vajrasana. As you sit on your knees, with the tops of the feet flat on the ground, bring both hands on the mat in front, the perineum on the heels, and place your forehead on the ground in front of the knees. Gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as Vajra, the weapon of Indra, symbolizing your indestructibility.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु.
Next up is Meshasana. Now place your hands on the ground shoulder width apart and push your hips up into Gajasana as you alternate striking the ground with your hands. Visualize yourself as powerful as a ram.
गजासन संस्थितो एकैकं बाहुं भूमौ ताडयेत्.
Next up is Ajasana. From Gajasana, lift your legs up into the air slowly. Bring your forehead down towards the ground as you visualize yourself as unborn, existing for all eternity.
गजासन संस्थितो पादद्वयमन्तराले कृत्य.
Next up is Dhanantarasana. As you sit on your heels with the legs together, interlace your fingers around the toes and pull them inwards towards your perineum. Then place your hands on top of the thighs, gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji as you return to Ujjayi Pranayama.
विधि परिहाता की काकसी से फना शरामोड़ी.
Next up is the Angamuttanam. Now, interlace your fingers in front and then behind you, moving the arms up, down, left, right, massaging various joints and muscles in your body as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space in the Angamuttanam.
हस्तयो अंगुलिर्बद्ध्वा हस्तयोर्मध्यात् सर्वमङ्गं निष्कासयित्वा.
Next up is Garudasana 4. As you sit on your heels in Vajrasana, turn your feet out towards the sides with the toes pointing outwards. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda, flying Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi on his back as you keep your hands on the respective knees.
जङ्घोरुभ्यां बीड्य स्थिरकायो द्विजानूनाम्.
Next up is Ananda Mandirasana. As you sit, with the legs folded back, toes pointing backwards, with the knees wide, front of your buttocks on the ground, gaze to your third eye and hold on to your ankles with your hands as you visualize yourself residing in the blissful space of a temple.
अथ वक्षे वीरनाथ आनन्दमन्दिरासनम्.
Next up is Mandukasana too. As you sit with your knees wide, feet overlapping, place your hands underneath the knees and gaze to your nose as you keep your tongue pressed up against the roof of your mouth in Mandukya Mudra. Visualize yourself as a frog and perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
पृष्ठं सम्पीड्य गुल्फाभ्यां जान्वङ्गे सबलयाकृतिः.
Next up is Narasimhasana. As you keep your toes on the ground, sitting your perineum down on the raised heels. Place your hands on the mat, thumbs touching, and the base of the hand should touch the toes. As you gaze to your nose, open your mouth wide, exhale forcefully, visualizing Narasimha, the lion man avatar of Lord Vishnu, as you gaze towards your nose.
दोऊ फणा पानी होई वैसे एडी मेलर गुदानी वैसे.
Next up is Prishthagasana. As you sit on the toes with the perineum placed on the raised heels, separate your knees wide and place them on the ground. Make a hollow of your palms and place it over your mouth. As you inhale through the right nostril and exhale through the mouth, as you keep the thumbs underneath the teeth and close your mouth. Gaze towards your nose as you perform Vishtaka Pranayama and visualize yourself as Devi, victorious over any fears you might have.
दो पकागी एडी जोजी गोड़ा फनवान पुनि होई.
This asana is Makadasana. As you keep the soles of the feet together, the top of the feet on the ground, sit on your heels and bend your elbows. Bring the fingers towards your armpits as you imitate as if you're a monkey scratching itself. Gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a playful monkey.
दोवू पगदली संपुट आने तनिकी पिष्टि भूमि परिठाने.
Next up is Vajrasangadasana. As you stand on the toes with the soles of the feet together, sit on your heels, keep your knees wide and off the floor, hold your elbows behind your back as you gaze towards your nose and embody diamond-like strength for you and your Sangha, your spiritual community.
प्रथम प्रणापानी होए वैसे दो वेडी गुदानी वैसे.
Next up is Kanjanasana. As you keep the toes down, ankles crossed behind, and sit on your heels, place your palms on the mat to the sides, gaze to your nose and visualize perfect health beyond any and all physical or mental ailments.
जनासनमावक्षे यत्कृत्वा सुस्थिरो भवेत्.
The next asana is Kurmasana, with the toes flat, the feet crossed and the perineum placed on the back of the heels. Keep your knees wide, place your hands on top of the knees and make your upper body and neck stiff like the shell of a turtle. As you gaze to your nose, visualize yourself as a turtle with a stable body and mind to live for centuries.
गुल्फौ च वृषणस्याधो विक्रमेण समाहितौ.
Next up is Yogasana. From the same position, relax your back. Gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
गुदं नियम्य गुल्फाभ्यां व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितः.
The next asana is Vijogasana. As you stand on your knees, cross your ankles behind and place your feet near the opposite knees. Hold your calves with the fingers inside and thumbs outside as you gaze to your third eye and visualize a space of eternal oneness, Advaita, with your Guru.
Goda vamo bohoi, goda ada rakhedoi.
Next up is Ushtrasana 2. In a kneeling position, bend backwards, hold your ankles with your hands as you keep your arms straight. Push your hips forward and tilt your head back as you visualize yourself as a camel.
Merudanda Granthi Dadya Samvivadai Shupuman.
Next up is Jatyasana 2. As you sit with the heels together, hands on the soles of the feet, slowly lean back. Bring your elbows first and then the back of your head onto the mat. Gaze to your nose as you visualize yourself as a lotus blooming.
Do yadi samput kare sole mooladvarita dhidare.
Next up is Viratasana. As you sit on your knees with the thighs and calves together, lean back and touch your back to the ground, then rise back up again and again. Use the support of your hands if needed as you gaze to your nose and visualize the healing and liberation of all causal, subtle forms of your body.
Janga prishti bhumo nidajya jangotrayoho uruni samstapya.
The next asana is Kapotasana. From Viratasana, raise your hips higher. Bring your forearms on the mat and hold the back of the heels. As you bring your head in between the feet, visualize yourself as a beautiful dove.
Merudanda Granthi Dadya Samvivadai Shupuman.
Next up is Svadasana. As you stand upright on your knees, with the toes tucked, hold your arms with opposite hands and gaze to your nose as you enter the boon-fulfilling posture. Now receive your boon from Paramashiva as you internally chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, declaring your oneness with him.
Januni bhumo samstapya hastabhyam bahu parasparam dhritva.
Next up is Varahasana 2. As you keep your knees together, toes tucked behind, lean forward and bring your elbows to the mat as you keep your hands holding onto your head and place your perineum on the heels. Visualize yourself as Varaha, the boar avatar of Lord Vishnu, as you perform the Mula Bandha.
Suryam chandram bhedanani asanani nigatyate.
Next up is another inverted posture. Set yourself up in front of a wall if you need. Now, kneel down, place your elbows on the mat, shoulder width apart. Hold, interlock your fingers behind your head as you keep the head on the ground. Walk your feet forward until your hips align with your shoulders and then raise your legs up straight. Gazing to the nose and visualizing yourself as a lop tree in Mundasana.
Adho mundasanam vakshe sarvesham praninam sukham.
Next up is Andhasana. As you kneel down, keep your head in between the knees. Hold onto your head with both hands as you keep the elbows outside the knees. Gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
Pratama Bhagdali Samata Rave Kormahili Ube Milave.
Next up is the Viparita Shalabhasana. As you lay down on your belly, with the arms extended straight out, lift your thighs, arms and chest off the ground. You can hold weights if you want to intensify this asana, as you visualize yourself as a locust.
Shalabhasana bhedascha natabherunda namake.
The next asana is Kapalasana. As you lay on your stomach with the forehead on the ground, place your hands to the side of your hips, palms facing down, and raise your hips up. As you visualize a skull representing the mind with purified thoughts and the strong will to attain enlightenment.
भेदाश्च नटभेरुण्डनामके
The next asana is Akasha Kapotasana. As you lay on your stomach, keep your hands by the sides and lift your legs up over your head. Slowly place your feet on the mat in front of your head. As you keep your palms flat on the mat behind, visualizing yourself as a free and open dove.
मेरुदण्डग्रन्थिदाढ्या संविपादयिषुप्पुमान्
The next asana is Chatakasana. As you sit on your knees, bring your chest down so your navel touches the knees. Keep your hands flat on the mat, forearms on the ground. Be sturdy and visualize yourself as a sparrow. The next asana is Vrishchikasana too. As you kneel down with your hands and elbows on the mat, raise your legs, bend your back to touch your feet towards your head. Lift your chin and hold as you visualize yourself as a scorpion.
शिवपुच्छप्रतिमां कृपार्ष्णे धृत्वा सुशीर्षे चिबुकं विधार्यकौ
The next asana is a Vrishasana. As you place your perineum down on the right heel, keep the left foot outside the hip with the ankle to the side. Place your hands on the mat in front and visualize yourself as a bull. As you start breathing in the Antaranga Kumbhaka, forcefully inhaling through your nose, holding the breath for a short while, and then exhaling slowly through your nose again.
यामे गुल्फे पादमूले वामभागे पदेतरम्
Next up is Lolasana. As you place your hands in front of your body, lift your knees up off the mat, cross the left toes over top of the right, and balance on your arms as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
लोलासनं सदा कुर्यात् वायुलोलापघातनात्
Next up is the Vrishasana on the other side. Place your perineum onto the other heel as you keep the opposite hip, the opposite toes pointing outwards. Now, visualize yourself as a bull as you perform the Mula Bandha.
यामि गुल्पे पादमूले वामभागे पदेतरम्
Next up is Balagunasana. As you place your left toes on the ground, sit down on the left heel. Keep the right foot flat, knee raised, hands on the knees, visualizing Balagunahai, one of the 84 siddhas in your inner space.
आसन को गुण जल विकार जाई
The next asana is Grahasana. As you squat with your feet flat on the mat, bring your elbows under the thighs and wrap them around your ankles from the outside as you visualize yourself as the entire planet in Grahasana.
पादतले भूमौ संस्थाप्य जानुमध्ये कुरुपरौ स्थाप्य
Now repeat Balagunasana on the other side.
आसन को गुण जल विकार जाई
Next up is Utkatasana. You can hold weights if you want to intensify this asana. As you squat on your toes with the heels up and the knees off the mat, place your perineum onto the heels and your hands on the respective knees. Keep your spine straight and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
विजास्पिजश्रीयत ऊर्वजानो युत्रासने पादतलद्वयोपरि.
Next up is Vajrasana Galasana 2. As you sit with the heels raised, perineum placed on top, knees spread wide, bring your hands behind your back and hold on to opposite elbows. As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
प्रथम बनापानी होए जैसे दो वेड़ी गुदानी वैसे.
Next up is Anilasana. Now squat or sit with your feet hip width apart. Place your hands under the soles of the feet from the inside, with the palms facing down. Keep your arms straight, elbows to the navel and gaze to your nose.
दो हाथ भूमि पर टाने, कोहनी जाड़ी नाभि लगाने.
Next up is Kukuturanasana. As you place your palms on the mat shoulder width apart, raise both the feet upwards and let them fall back down again and again. Visualize yourself as a rooster as you perform the Mula Bandha.
हस्ततले भूमौ कृत्वा पादतले चूर्धमुड्डानं कृत्वा.
Next up is Viparita Nrityasana. As you place your hands on the ground, raise your legs up into a handstand and move around on the two hands dancing as you feel yourself become free of all inhibitions.
हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्याम्.
The next asana is Kunjarasana. Now separate your feet and place one palm down to the mat as you hold your head with the other hand. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
पक्षे महादेव कुञ्जरासनमुत्तमम्.
Now exchange the position of your hands. Repeat Kunjarasana on the other side.
अथ पक्षे महादेव कुञ्जरासनमुत्तमम्.
The next asana is Kadambasana. As you sit on the ground with the feet flat and the heels close to your body, hold on to the respective ankles as you lift your feet off the ground and visualize yourself as a Kadamba tree, a pious tree that promotes a long life.
पार्श्वेभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्याम्.
Next up is Pavana Muktasana. As you sit with your heels at the perineum, hold your knees with your hands and press them in towards your chest. Now, visualize any excess vata being released from or balanced within your system.
योस्तु पादयोः पाणिं लात्वा स्वस्वनितम्बके.
The next asana is Chakodasana. As you sit and lift one leg behind your head, extend the other leg straight out and forward. As you balance on two hands, lift your entire body off the mat, gaze towards your third eye, and visualize yourself as a powerful source of energy.
पूर्वतानं चतुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा
Next up is Dhanurasana. As you sit with one leg extended, hold onto the big toes of the feet in Prana Mudra as you pull in the other foot towards your ear. Visualize yourself as a bow as you perform the Mula Bandha.
पादाङ्गुष्ठौ तु पाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा श्रवणावधि
Next up is Ashtavakrasana. As you lift one foot over top of the respective shoulder, hook the other foot over top and extend the legs out to the side, balancing on your hands as you visualize yourself as a flying crane.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यमूर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च
The next asana is Pranasana. Now place one foot on top of the opposite thigh. Push the opposite knee down as you bring your shoulder in between the raised knee. And gaze to your third eye. Visualize you are immortal, able to exist solely from prana.
तृतीयस्य चामरः
Next up is Parshvamatsendrasana. Now keep one heel against the other hip and step the other leg over top as you bring one arm twisted below the knee and hold onto your hands behind your back.
पार्श्वाभ्यां धृतते यास्तु पार्श्वमत्स्येन्द्रमुत्तमम्
The next asana is Chakrasana on the other side. Lift the other leg behind your neck. Extend the opposite leg straight and balance as you visualize yourself as a powerful source of energy.
पूर्वतानं चतुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा
Now repeat Dhanurasana 2 on the other side. As you hold on to the big toes, pull the other foot towards your ear. Visualize yourself as a bow.
पादाङ्गुष्ठौ तु पाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा श्रवणावधि
Now repeat Ashtavakrasana on the other side. As you lift the other leg over top the shoulder, hook the opposite leg and extend your legs to the side, balancing on your arms, visualizing yourself as a flying crane.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्
Next up is Pranasana on the other side. Now bring the other foot over top of the opposite thigh. Bring your shoulder beneath the raised knee, pushing the opposite knee down as you gaze to your third eye and visualize you're immortal and able to exist solely from prana.
एतत् प्रभेदं वक्ष्यामि करोति यस्य चामरः एकपादमुरो बद्ध्वा स्कन्धे न्यत्पादरक्षणम्
Now repeat Parshvamatsendrasana on the other side as you keep one heel to the outer hip, other foot stepped over top the knee, interlace your fingers behind your back with one arm below the raised knee. Twist your body, gaze to your third eye and visualize Sage Matsyendranath, the master of Hatha Yoga.
पार्श्वाभ्यां धृतते यास्तु पार्श्वमत्स्येन्द्रमुत्तमम्
Next up is Ardha Paschimottanasana. As you bring one heel close to the groin, lean forward and down, hold onto the front foot with both hands. Visualize Swamiji perform Jivachala Kumbhaka, moving the retained prana up and down and through your limbs as you engage the Mula Bandha.
एकं पादं प्रसार्य एकं पादस्य पार्श्वनासीमनि सम्पीड्य
The next asana is Kranchasana. As you bring your left ankle outside of the hip, hold the sole of the right foot and extend it up straight in front of your face. Keep the knees straight. Visualize yourself as a crane as you perform the Mula Bandha.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Now exchange the position of your feet. Bring the other heel against the perineum. Lean forward and repeat Ardha Paschimottanasana on the other side.
एकं पादं प्रसार्य.
Next up is Swastikasana. Now repeat Kranchasana on the other side. As you bring the other heel outside the hip, hold onto the foot and extend it up in front of your face as you visualize yourself as a crane.
वासिष्ठमतकौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च.
Next up is Swastikasana. As you sit with the soles between the thighs and calves, keep your spine straight, palms resting on the knees, as you gaze to your nose and embody peace, well-being, good fortune and prosperity, visualizing a swastika.
जानुर्वोरन्तरे सम्यक् कृत्वा पादतले उभे.
From Swastikasana, cover the heels with your hands. As you maintain the same position, tuck your chin to the chest, contract the Mula Bandha, and gaze to your nose as you visualize the great sage Goraknath, the founder of the Natha Yoga Hindu Sampradaya, in Gorakshasana.
जानुर्वोरन्तरे पादौ उत्तानौ व्यक्तसंस्थितौ.
Next up is Bhagasana 2. Now bring the left heel towards the perineum and the right foot on top of the left thigh. Now close your eyes with the index fingers, the nose with the middle fingers, mouth with ring and little fingers, and before you lock your ears, meditate on Arihanta, the enlightened one, as you gaze to your third eye.
वामपार्श्वं संस्थाप्य.
Next up is Yogasana 2. Now place your feet on top of the opposite knees and place your hands on the ground beside your body with the palms facing up. Gaze to your nose, visualize Swamiji and perform Kakachantra Kumbhaka, rolling up your tongue and inhaling through the rolled up tongue as you perform the Mula Bandha.
उत्तानोचरणौ कृत्वा संस्थाप्योपरि जानुनोः.
Next up is Urdhva Kukutasana. From Padmasana, place your palms on the ground flat to the side of your body and lift your entire body off the mat as you visualize yourself as a rooster.
ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटवासिष्ठमरीचहलमत्स्यकम्.
Next up is Siddha Haratali Asana. From Padmasana, place your hands in between the thighs and calves. Gaze to your nose and don't lift your body off the mat. Stay seated as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम पद्मासन को करे हस्त दो वो गोड़ासन दिधरे.
Next up is Hamsasana. With your hands in between the thighs and calves, lift your body off the mat. Gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as an elegant swan as you perform the Mula Bandha.
कुक्कुटासन स्थित्वा स्कन्दपर्यन्तं ऊरुनि नीत्वा.
Next up is Karmakasana. From Padmasana, place your hands between the thighs and calves and push them back behind your body as you lean forward and down. Interlock your fingers behind your neck, behind your back as you place your forehead on the ground. Visualize yourself as Pinaka Lord Shiva's bow as you perform the Mula Bandha.
प्रथम पद्मासन को करे घोड़ासन दिमाही कर इधरे.
Next up is Kurmasana 2. As you sit in Padmasana, bring your hands in between the thighs and calves, bend your elbows and hold on to your neck as you Visualize yourself as a turtle, having a stable body and mind to live for hundreds of years.
बाई जंग पर दक्षिण बावा दाई जंग पर बाएं लियावा.
Next up is Granthi Bhedhasana. From the same position, tuck your chin to the chest, contract the perineal region, gaze to your nose, and rejoice, knowing you're sitting in Shiva's secret knot posture.
अथ पक्षे नीलकंठ ग्रंथि भेदासनम शुभम.
Next up is Uttana Kurmasana. As you sit in Padmasana, bring your hands in between the thighs and calves and roll onto your back as you hold onto the respective shoulders with your hands. Gaze to your nose and embody a turtle laying on its back.
कुक्कुटासन बंधस्थम कराभ्याम धृतकंधरम.
Next up is Pango Kukutasana. As you place both hands in between the thighs and calves, keep one hand flat on the mat and hold its wrist with the other hand. Now lift your entire body off the ground as you visualize yourself as a rooster.
कुक्कुटासन स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य परिबन्धं धृत्वा.
Now place the other hand flat on the mat as you repeat Pango Kukutasana on the other side.
कुक्कुटासन स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य परिबन्धं धृत्वा.
The next asana is Gridhasana. From Padmasana, place your elbows on the toes and interlace your fingers in Parashamudra. As you rest your chin on the knuckles, press your thumbs towards your throat and visualize you have gone beyond all greed and covetous.
अनुर्वोरन्तरे पादौ उत्तानो व्यक्त संस्थितौ.
Next up is Padmasana 3. With your feet on top of opposite thighs, place one hand on top of the other with the palms facing up. Gaze to your nose, engage all three bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha, as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
उत्तानो चरणो विधाय विधिवत् शक्ति स्थितो योगिरात्.
Next up is Padmasana 4. Now place your hands on the knees, gaze to your nose, visualize Paramashivam in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
एतत् पद्मासनं कुर्यात् प्राणवायु प्रसिद्धये.
From Padmasana, hook the right hand, index and middle fingers around the big toe and pull the elbow back as if you're pulling a bowstring. As you move the big toe round and round, visualize yourself as Pinaka, Lord Shiva's bowl, and then repeat the movement on the other side.
अथान्यासनमापक्ष्य योगपूरकरक्षणात्.
Next up is Karmakasana 3. From Padmasana, cross your arms behind your back and hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra. Now gaze to your nose. Perform all three bandhas and visualize yourself as Lord Shiva's bowl.
कार्मुकासनमाक्षित्य उदरे पूरयेत् सुखम्.
Next up is Dridhasana. Maintain the same position as you shift your gaze to the third eye. Perform the Mula Bandha as you lift your chest and visualize yourself as the action of Paramashiva's third eye, destroying anything you come across.
पूर्वभ्याम् उपरि स्थाप्य पादयुग्मं प्रयत्नतः.
Next up is Nagarasana. From Karmakasana 3, lay down on your back with the arms crossed behind your back as you gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as a snake. Perform Sahadra Kumbhaka. Breathe calmly through your nose.
प्रथम पद्मासन कोठाने दो हाथ पाछाने आने.
Now free your arms and legs. Pull the knees in towards your chest and circle them with your fingers as you touch your knees with your chin. and squeeze your body into a ball in Kandukasana.
नेत्रासने स्थित्वा हस्तपादान् निष्कुष्य.
Next up is Urdhva Bhavanasana. As you place the feet flat on the ground with the knees raised, interlock your fingers behind the back of your head. As you gaze at the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथमे सूदो संयग्रावे घोड़ा उभा राशि मिलावे.
Next up is Markata Pitasana. As you lay on your back with the feet flat, bring the upturned palms underneath your heels and push your hips up. Perform Mudra Chakumbhaka. Exhale through Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha as you visualize yourself as a powerful alpha ape.
उत्तानशयन पादतले उत्तानहस्तयोः स्थापयेत्.
Next up is Uttana Shikhipittakasana. As you lay supine, raise your hips up and support your hips with your hands, with the elbows on the ground. Gaze to your nose. Visualize Swamiji as you perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
जङ्घोरुबलहीनश्चेत् उत्तानशिखिपीठकम्.
Next up is Narakasana. As you lay supine, raise your hips and legs up and keep your hands flat on the mat, balancing as you visualize yourself blissfully traversing through Naraka Loka unscathed in Narakasana.
ग्रीवाकण्ठेन भूमिं विष्टम्भ.
Next up is Tiryan Naukasana. Now bring your hands to the lower back, elbows on the ground, keep your legs vertical and then slowly angle and lower them as you keep your core engaged. Visualize yourself as a boat crossing the ocean of samsara.
नौकावत् स्थित्वात् ऊर्ध्वपादाग्रद्वयं नयेत्.
Now keep your hands back on the ground, your legs straight like a flagpole as you visualize yourself as the Kailasa flag, respected across all nations in Dvajasana.
तिर्यन्नौकावते ग्रीवापृष्ठकोर्परैः भूमिं वष्टभ्य.
Now lay down on the mat in Mritasana. Lie supine, completely relax. Avoid all movement as you perform Shakti Charan Mudra, pulling the Kundalini Shakti up along your spine, all the way to the Sahasrara Chakra, as you visualize your body is dead and Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, is liberating you. Internally chant the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
उत्तानं शववद्भूमौ शयनं तु शवासनं. शवासनं श्रमहरं चित्तविश्रान्तिकारकम्.
Now slowly return to your physical body. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, your wrists and your ankles, your elbows and your knees. Lift your knees up towards your chest and circle your legs with your arms as you rock your body from side to side, returning to a comfortable seated position. Congratulations, you completed the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, all 308 asanas. With this, we're going to conclude the first session of the day, Nithyananda Yoga, and move on to the power manifestation. Stay tuned as we manifest the Shaktis of Paramashiva. But first, let us conclude the session with a Purna mantra. Now sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of the heart center. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Visualize Swamiji as we chant the Purna mantra.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaja Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam.
Thank you all, Nithyanandam.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda. Now requesting all the participants to please be seated, as now we are getting ready for this power manifestation. We are going to be manifesting the power of third eye today, as we're entering to the second day of this Paramashivoham. Please be seated. Make sure everything is set for you right after this Nithyananda Yoga.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasudashiva.
We have a few moments now to please be seated. Please make sure you bring everything which is required for this power manifestation, the power of third eye today. I can see many participants are there. Participant named as Raghunathanaya, Ravi Kumaraya, Reindeer Andreas, Ariel Dale, Pitro Vaja. Please turn on your cameras as well. Please be seated so it is visible and we can actually enter for this power manifestation in a few moments. Please be seated. As in a few moments, we'll be entering to this power manifestation, manifesting the power of third eye today.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
For those of you who are still in the yoga attire, please change into the Paramashivoham sessions attire and please be seated. We'll be entering to the power manifestation, and after the power manifestation, we have different powerful foundation sessions leading us to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism today. We'll be having multiple power manifestations throughout the day. Now will be the first power manifestation session, the power of third eye, where you're going to read and see with your eyes completely blindfolded.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
Nityanam, everybody, welcome back. So now we are preparing ourselves to enter into the power manifestation. We had a very beautiful Tritiya Vinyasa Krama, which is a complete, extensive approach of the Nithyananda Yoga. It's actually, even though it is a long yoga session, it's almost a 3-hour yoga session, it is something that will stabilize the entire breathing that we have. It will stabilize the entire body. Physically, the body settles down into a space of listening, which will help us throughout the entire day today. So yesterday we had the beautiful darshan of Swamiji gracing us in the Gajamukha Anugraha Murti. Today we are getting ready for the next darshan. We're going to have the darshan of Bhagavan Sadashiva in today's darshan. And today there are going to be various powerful cognitions that we are going to be learning. There are going to be various powerful understandings that each of us would be looking at in our life, seeing how we can manifest those powerful truths and cognitions in our life. So as we enter into the sessions for the day, we are going to be entering into the power manifestation for today. So what we are going to be doing today is, in this round of power manifestation, especially after receiving the darshan yesterday of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, our beloved Swamiji, we have been initiated into the science of third eye. And every session we are going to be manifesting these extraordinary powers. Especially after yoga, there are some times which is like a very peak where you can actually manifest these powers very easily, very fast and very comfortably. So those are the times after puja or after yoga, after having the darshan of Swamiji. These are the times when you can experience these extraordinary Shaktis just like that. Because your body, your mind, everything is settled and is ready to manifest that power. So now we're going to be entering into the power manifestation. We're going to be beginning with the power of third eye. Please get yourself a blindfold, get yourself a pen and a paper, because we are going to be closing our eyes. We're going to be identifying the various objects, the various things that will be projected for us on the screen. So please get yourself your eye band, a pen and a paper, and please come and be seated. So while each of you are settling down, let's also look at the Shastra Pramana, which is the scriptural reference for the science of power manifestation, the power of third eye, where Paramashiva reveals in the Agamas about this science of power of third eye. This is given by Paramashiva in the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 34. Kapalantarmano nasya tishtanmilita lochanaha krame namanaso dadhyat lakshaye laksha uttamam. The translation goes as, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed, in succession by that stability of the mind and the inner space through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Lakshyam, by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source, Paramashiva. So this is the Shastra Pramana, which is the scriptural reference for this power of third eye. So now let us get ready to enter into the power manifestation. I hope that each and every one of you have got your eye bands. We're going to be entering into the power manifestation. Please sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. So what we are going to be doing is, in the round 1, we are going to be identifying the colors that are going to be projected on the screen. So I'll tell you a simple technique throughout the entire day, throughout the entire program. We're going to be learning various techniques to manifest these powers of third eye. So for this session to start with, let us start with chanting the Mahavakya. Yesterday all of us got initiated into the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. This is like a master key for us to manifest anything and everything that we want in our life. So we're going to be chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and ask Swamiji, just in the space, once you chant the Mahavakya, just continuously chant it, which will put yourself into a space of restful awareness. From there, just ask Swamiji to show you. Swamiji, please show me what is the color that is being projected in front of me. And Swamiji will show you various different colors, and Swamiji will show you whatever is being projected on the screen. The key here is, don't worry whether you're actually guessing a color, you're thinking about it, or it's actually being shown to you. Just pen down as it is. Just first recollect everything. Just see what Swamiji is showing. After that, we'll have a few moments to just pen it down. So you'll pen down, and then after that, we will verify the answers. So let us now enter into the power manifestation. Please sit straight. Please put on your eye bands. Please put on your eye bands. Let's enter into the power manifestation. Sit straight and chant the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let's begin the power manifestation. We are now going to be projecting the color that you're going to be identifying and penning down. Let's start. Please begin. Chant the Mahavakya intensely. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
I bless you all. Let you
Chant the
all
Mahavakya
open all your
intensely.
three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasudashiva. Om Nithyananda.
And ask Swamiji to show you whatever is being projected on the screen.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
Now, each of you can relax. Slowly, very slowly open your eyes. You can remove your eye bags. Yes, please relax. You can remove your eye bands. Now please pen down. Please take a few minutes and just pen down whatever Swamiji revealed in your third eye. Whatever was the color, or you saw an object, you saw a shape, you saw some number, whatever just came to you. See, it doesn't even have to be that you actually saw something, even if you just came as a thought into you. Even that, pen down. Just pen down everything. Please pen down. We are now going to be entering into the next slide, where we are going to be looking at the answer in just a few moments. Please pen down. Please take a few more moments and pen down. Pen down in detail. See, it doesn't have to be that it should be only one color that you have to write. No. The key is in the details. So pen down whatever Swamiji showed you. Don't worry whether it is right, wrong. Don't worry about any of that. Just pen down everything that Swamiji showed you. Alright, so now we are going to be looking at the answer, the color that was projected for all of us on the screen. And each of you can post in the Zoom chats whatever Swamiji showed you. The color that was projected for all of us is the color yellow. So this is the color that was projected for all of us on the screen. So if you saw this color, you can put down, or you can also put down whatever else Swamiji showed you. Please put down in the chat. During the day, we are going to be doing multiple different rounds. We are shortly going to be entering into the next session. So please pen down
and post. You can clarify any doubts or questions that you have. Post your experience of this round of power manifestation on the chat. And later during the day, we are going to be manifesting the various other powers, the various other experiences. So you're going to be taking a few minutes now. Just upload it. Upload, share the experience of your power manifestation on the social media. Put your experiences on the social media. You can share. Use the hashtags hashtag Kailasa, hashtag Nithyananda, hashtag Power Manifestation, hashtag Paramashivoham. We're going to be entering into the next session in just a few moments from now. Please share it.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.